What is a character crush? It's when I may or may not be attracted to the actor playing the character, but there is just something about that character that I love. And it isn't based on how that actor looks, it's based on the qualities of his character. There is something about their personality that draws me. Now this week, I'm not going to rank my crushes. I know, quelle surprise. But I will list them in order of when they claimed my heart. First is Maximus from Gladiator. This is where I first came up with the concept of character crushes, because although I liked Russell Crowe in LA Confidential, I definitely didn't have a crush on him. But Maximus, I love. Maximus, I was ready to follow into battle. I think it was his natural abilities as a leader. Even when enslaved, he was able to take the initiative and lead a ragtag group of slaves to win a battle that was set against them. The same reasons why people loved him in the movie was why I loved him also. He was a leader who cared about the people and doing what is right. And I really loved how he was able to take a situation set against him and turn it around into his favor. We love a clever take charge king. Next is Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. Again, I had seen Viggo Mortensen in other movies, but he really didn't move me. But like Maximus, he was a leader who cared about the people. From fighting off the ring wraiths who had come to get Frodo, to fighting to save Rohan, and finally going to get those dead men to honor their oath. He was always willing to do what was necessary to save Middle-earth. He was like ride or die, Middle-earth edition. Okay, so if you know me, this next one is tricky because it's Derek Morgan from Criminal Minds. And yes, I've loved Shamar Moore since his days on Young and the Restless. But despite that fact, I recognize that Shamar and Derek are two different people. You know, one's an actor, the other the character he plays. And if I had to choose between Shamar and Derek, I'm throwing Shamar under the bus every time for Derek. I love his intelligence. As an FBI profiler, he is able to read people and situations and solve crimes.
She had a whole store full of food to choose from, Malcolm, and she chose that. She fought you for as long as she could, and now she's fighting you again, and you can't handle that, can you?
I love his emotional intelligence too. Yes, he and Penelope flirting all the time caused the FBI to make the whole department sit down and go through sexual harassment training.
More cushion for the pushin'. Not appropriate. I'll be cocoa to your iced tea. Not appropriate.
But outside of that, he is a great friend to have. I also love his role on the team as the enforcer. When they are chasing down a criminal, it's usually Derek who's literally grabbing them out of the air and slamming them down on the ground. Here's a funny one. Eames from Inception. Not that Eames is funny, but just that Tom Hardy had so much swagger as Eames, it seemed like he came out of nowhere. I thought it was the first time I'd ever seen him. But in reality, I owned a movie that he was in, Rock and Roller, where he played Handsome Bob. But Bob didn't have Eames' swagger.
You mustn't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling.
Now, just like Derek Morgan, he was highly skilled at what he did. So much so, he really lent an air of credibility to what they were doing. Being able to either control someone else's dream or bring that person into your dream. It's a concept that could fall apart if not played absolutely seriously. And he was serious enough to make it real while being playful enough to make it entertaining.
What's a kick?
This, Ariadne, would be a kick.
Next is Magneto from the X-Men prequels. I remember the first time I saw X-Men First Class in theaters. And it got to that scene in South America where Magneto had tracked down those Nazis and was using his power against them. And then his theme music started playing.
Blut und Ehre. Ja, was würden Sie gerne zuerst verlieren?
Wir hatten unsere Befehle. Also Blut.
I texted my sister and told her I was in love with Magneto. Just something about the way he moved in that scene. How he made sure they knew who he was. How he played with their emotions for a bit before getting his revenge. He needed them to feel just as helpless as he did in that concentration camp. And I do admit that the music helped to heighten the feelings that that scene stirred.
Let's just say I'm Frankenstein's monster.
But also, there was Magneto in Days of Future Past. The way he pimp walked into the Pentagon to get his suit, mad swagger. And finally, there is T'Challa, Black Panther. Again, it is about his swagger. The way he moves, the way he talks, the way he fights.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
He is also highly intelligent. I can't remember his exact rank, but I do remember hearing that he and Shuri are supposed to be one of the top 10 smartest people in the world. I love that he took accountability for his father's actions as the current king of Wakanda when dealing with Killmonger. And even once he defeated Killmonger, he still brought Wakanda out into the open. With one movie, he created a legacy. I'm still sad we only got one solo movie from him, and his roles in Avengers 2.5, 3, and 4 were just too small.
Seems like I'm always thanking you for something. What are you doing? We don't do that here. So how big?
So those were my character crushes. Notice the theme? It seems as if my type tends to be strong, clever, emotionally intelligent leaders with mad swagger. If only they existed in the real world. Do you have a character crush that you love, not just for looks, but for who they are completely? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if there's something you would like to see me talk about. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know the next time I upload or go live. Thanks.